Some men are built differently. They have a level of focus, raw ambition, and ruthless competitive drive that feels intimidating to the average person. These individuals possess an unstoppable will to reach their goals, no matter what stands in their way. They are optimized for maximum execution, raw output, and total market dominance. Make no mistake, if you want power, status, or freedom, these traits are absolutely necessary. Now, being ruthless does not mean breaking the law or losing your soul. It simply means making tough decisions without letting pity or emotions get in the way. In a highly competitive world with limited opportunities, people who are too nice or afraid to upset others often get left behind. A man must know exactly what he wants and never apologize for wanting it. Hesitation or guilt is a form of weakness you cannot afford. The most brutal consequence of choosing comfort over ruthless discipline is becoming absolutely irrelevant. The world is heavily populated with average people. If you do not build something undeniable, if you do not work your way out of poverty, someone else will use your time and effort to build their dreams. And when you have outlived your usefulness, you will be replaced by someone willing to work harder and smarter. The natural state of the world is unforgiving, and nature does not recognize human sentimentality. If a man ignores the strict laws of cause and effect because reality feels too harsh, the world simply passes him by without noticing. And in this video, we will go over 8 brutal laws of success. These laws are not polite, they are not politically correct, and they certainly are not designed to make you feel good. They're designed to make you dangerous. Law 1. Detach from emotion. Most men rely on motivation. Motivation is an emotion. It depends on the weather, how many hours of sleep you got, your mood, and whether you feel inspired. Emotions are not static, they fluctuate. And when your emotions fluctuate, your life becomes inconsistent. The best men on the planet don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline and systems. They treat their daily work like a contract signed with themselves. It doesn't matter if they are sad, tired, or unmotivated. They execute nonetheless. The legendary author Steven Pressfield once wrote that the amateur writes only when inspiration strikes. But the professional knows that inspiration strikes because they sit down to work every day at 9 a.m. High achievers do not wait for the feeling to start working. They understand that action breeds emotion, not the other way around. If you start coding, lifting, or writing while tired, the energy and focus will naturally show up 10 minutes later. The truth is, most guys don't lack energy, they lack emotional discipline. They say they're too tired to work, yet the moment a concert, a party, or a football match shows up, they suddenly have infinite energy. They will stand in the rain for 3 hours to watch 22 millionaires kick a ball, but they won't sit in a comfortable chair for 1 hour to learn one high-income skill. The very people you admire, the Cristiano Ronaldos, the Messis, the corporate billionaires, did not get to the global stage by following their feelings. They got there by treating their bodies and minds like absolute machines. If Ronaldo only trained when he felt motivated, he would be an unknown amateur. He detached from his emotions, ignored the pain, ignored the fatigue, and showed up whether he felt like it or not. That is the mindset required for greatness. Nothing less will get you there. You must take your focus, your time, and your raw passion and pour them entirely into your mission. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Act first. Let the feelings catch up later. The moment you make a decision based on how you feel, you lose the game before it even begins. Law 2. Zero tolerance for incompetence. Your character, habits, and mindset are heavily influenced by your inner circle. To succeed, you must adopt a ruthless approach to the people you allow into your life. Bad habits are as contagious as diseases. You must avoid them completely. Surround yourself only with executioners and killers. This does not mean literal criminals. It's simply slang for hyper-focused action takers and high achievers. You need friends who talk about assets, business ideas, working out, and making money. When your circle is filled with people who execute their plans every day, you will feel embarrassed to be lazy. Law 3. Never mix friendship with business. The intimacy of friendship creates a terrible environment for business. Friends are prone to secret resentment and jealousy as you achieve more. It is difficult for them to be entirely honest, as they often mask their true feelings to preserve harmony. A stranger brought into your fold has an inherent need to demonstrate their value and loyalty to you. They work harder to keep their position. Working with a stranger keeps the relationship purely transactional and strictly professional. Both parties know where they stand without the emotional baggage of friendship. This does not mean you pick a random stranger off the street. The stranger must have something to prove, and you must have something they want. It goes both ways. Business relationships need mutual needs. Friendships need mutual grace. Unless both people are elite at separation, do not mix them. Law 4. Never forgive betrayal. Society often tells people to forgive and forget. They say it's immoral to hold a grudge, and that doing so makes you a bad person. While that sounds noble, it's terrible advice for success. If you listen to society's lies, the world will trample you into the dirt. Here is the truth. Betrayal is never a mistake. It's a calculated move. The person who crossed you sat down, looked at the options, and decided that hurting or using you was worth the reward. They didn't slip up. They weighed your loyalty against their own selfish gain and chose themselves. A betrayer is never sorry for the action. They are only sorry they got caught. If your business partner is secretly skimming money from the account, or a friend is talking behind your back, they would gladly keep doing it for years if they stayed in the shadows. Forgiving them doesn't change who they are. It just teaches them to be more careful so they don't get caught next time. Morality is a luxury for people who aren't in the trenches. In the real world, it is pure survival. The market, the algorithm, and your competition have zero sympathy for weakness. If you treat high-stakes situations like a Sunday school class, you will be eaten alive by people who don't care about your rules. Nature doesn't care about goodness, it only cares about survival. A lion doesn't show mercy to a zebra because the zebra is a good creature. The lion hunts to survive. When you refuse to cut off an incompetent friend, a betraying partner, or a lazy business associate because you want to be a nice person, you are violating the laws of survival. You are choosing their comfort over your own existence. When you look at life through the lens of survival, you stop taking things personally. If a deal fails or a friend betrays you, you don't waste energy hating them or calling them evil. You simply see them for what they are. People don't act for you or against you. They act for themselves. Once you accept this, your entire relationship with the world changes. Law 5. Crush competition totally. Crushing your competition isn't about being evil. It's about survival. If you do not crush them, they will crush you without a second of hesitation. It's a dog-eat-dog world whether you choose to believe it or not. That's the brutal reality of human nature and cutthroat competition. If you treat competition like a friendly game, you are a tourist in reality. In the real world, your competitor's success is your downfall. If you leave them room to breathe, you are simply giving them the time they need to build a weapon and destroy you later. A perfect example of this is Netflix and Blockbuster. In the early 2000s, Blockbuster was the undisputed king of movie rentals, but they had a massive vulnerability. They charged customers heavy late fees if movies weren't returned on time. This made customers angry, but Blockbuster relied on those fees for profit. Netflix saw this weakness and attacked it directly. They introduced a subscription model with zero late fees. You could keep the movie as long as you wanted. In 2000, Netflix actually offered to sell themselves to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster laughed them out of the room, but Netflix didn't get emotional. They used that rejection as fuel to destroy them. Instead of just competing for the same storefront customers, Netflix moved the entire game to the internet with streaming. By the time Blockbuster realized they were losing and tried to build their own online service, Netflix didn't slow down to play fair. They spent billions acquiring content, building original shows, and scaling globally at lightning speed. They took all the market share, all the attention, and all the profits. Netflix didn't just beat Blockbuster, they wiped them off the map. Blockbuster went from over 9,000 stores globally to just one left today. Netflix eliminated Blockbuster's absolute ability to ever challenge them again. The lesson: never underestimate your competitors, no matter how small or weak they appear. The ones you ignore today can grow strong enough to take you out tomorrow. Small competitors are often the most dangerous because they are lean, hungry, and have nothing to lose, while the big players get fat, slow, and lazy. In business, in your career, and in life, crush or be crushed. Law 6. Maintain secrecy. A new goal has no history or momentum. It's fragile and weak. Even a little doubt, criticism, or mockery from others can easily kill it. Just like a newborn baby needs an isolated, clean environment to grow strong, a new plan needs a period of absolute privacy to be developed, tested, and strengthened before it can survive the harsh opinions of the world. Most people can't handle watching someone they know level up. It forces them to confront their own excuses, so they pull you back down to average to feel safe again. Never let the fears and limitations of other people dictate your course of action. If needed, mislead them by encouraging them to focus on a fake goal or project while you quietly pursue your real objective. Blend in with the crowd by acting normally, sharing common opinions, or seeming deeply predictable so your true motives stay hidden. Speak less than necessary, because the more you talk, the more likely you are to accidentally reveal your plans. People cannot fight what they do not know. If your competitors have no idea what you are planning, they cannot build a strategy to stop you. By controlling what people see and hear, you guide their reactions and stay steps ahead. However, if you must share, only share with mentors, partners, and people who have skin in the game and can actually help. Everyone else gets the result, not the process. Law 7. Accountability to self only. The hardest pill to swallow is realizing that the villain in your own story is usually you. As terrifying as that might be, it is the only way to become free. It is comforting to blame external circumstances, bad luck, or other people for your problems. You feel a sense of relief because if the problem isn't your fault, you don't have to do the hard work to fix it. Meanwhile, if other people are responsible for your failures, it means you have to wait for those people to change to fix your life. The external world cannot force you to be lazy, unmotivated, or broke. It can only present you with obstacles. Your mind decides how you react to those obstacles. If you default to complaining, you multiply your problems. If you default to problem solving, you move toward your highest potential. The obstacle is neutral. How you respond to it is what makes you either a victim or a master of the situation. You may have had a rough childhood, born into poverty, lacking financial literacy, or growing up without a strong mentor. That means you started the race 100 meters behind everyone else. It's an unfair reality, but it's not a personal failure. Once you become an adult and realize you're broke, the clock starts ticking. If you spend the next 10 years complaining about your childhood instead of building your life, the lack of progress is a result of your daily choices. Your past explains where you started, but where you end up from here is entirely on you. Law 8. Ruthless time management. Time is neither a friend nor an enemy. It is completely neutral. It does not hate you, it does not favor you, and it flows at the exact same pace for a billionaire as it does for the average man. How you perceive and manage it is what creates the massive divide between winners and losers. Bad economy, bad country, bad childhood. Those are real obstacles. But there are obstacles in time, not thieves of time. The problem isn't what time takes, it's what you do with what's left. Every morning, 86,400 seconds are deposited into your life's account. At the end of the day, that balance hits zero whether you used it or not. You cannot roll unused seconds over to tomorrow. No banking sleep, no saving hours for next week. If you waste your 20s, you don't get 20s 2.0 at age 40. You get 40. Different game, different rules. Money you lose, you can make back. Opportunities you miss sometimes come again. But seconds you waste are deleted forever. This is why you must cut out the things draining your runway. Treat your day like a military operation. Every distraction is a threat to the mission. Eliminate small talk, meaningless gossip, and anything that wastes your time. Don't log into social media to wander around aimlessly. Log in with a purpose, complete the task, and leave before the algorithm grabs your attention. Create massive, uninterrupted blocks of deep work where you are completely unreachable. Go offline, turn off all notifications, and close your door. The world can survive without your responses for 3 to 4 hours at a time. If you are always available, you are letting other people's emergencies dictate your legacy. Your mission is ruthless. Therefore, it leaves no space for people-pleasing. To eliminate 99% of these problems, you need a master schedule. If you plan every hour before it happens, you win the day before it even begins. If you write down every dollar you spend, you expose where your money is leaking and take full control of your finances. A master schedule gives you clarity. Every hour has a purpose. Every dollar has a job. And because everything is already accounted for, you can finally relax without guilt, knowing every objective for the day has been executed. These are the 8 laws of ruthless success. If you made it this far, understand this. Most men will hear this, feel uncomfortable, and crawl right back to their decaying mediocrity. Prove you are different. Drop a comment below stating which law resonated with you the deepest. Subscribe to secure your spot among the few who execute. Until next time, stay dangerous.